one part personal, professional. Personally, I still remember when I was in school. Anak Ayam was one of my favorite tracks. Joe was my hero back then. Yeah, so sometimes life is funny, I feel, and I'm very blessed in a way to come full circle to be able to do this with Joe. Even before this documentary, like a couple of years back, I think during the pandemic, we were trying to launch our new internet plan to kind of inspire the youth for creation. It was a time of uncertainty, right? Everyone's, not too long ago, remember when everyone's back at home. So we were trying to find inspiration, how can we help to create products and create inspiration for the youth. And then we chanced upon the agency folks presented to us a concept by the team song of Joe, Sampai Jadi. And that really resonated really well to what we were trying to represent and do at that time. Because we believe, it's beyond just connectivity and also internet, but it's also the spirit, right? The spirit of creativity, the spirit of connection that brings community together, which is appropriate to the time of what we were trying to do. And then just from that, then we kind of evolve. And see where does this take us, right? And when we speak to more and more people in the industry, that anthem of Sampai Jadi and the spirit of how a great internet in that period of time democratized connection, creation, and among the communities, we found so many stories of creators, youth, from artists, from musicians, from streamers, that kind of believe in the anthem and they share their Sampai Jadi stories. So I think it's a true honor to find a partner that aligns on value. So it's a real privilege to play a part as a brand of how we can help the community, the youth, to champion to the next generation. So I think that kind of went further, that we think that maybe there is a story somewhere that we can kind of immortalize and tell to the wider audience, the next generation. And I believe that we had this conversation with Jack, who is instrumental, and also Barney, the director. I say that we have done kind of all these snippets Sampai Jadi story. What if we don't tell Joe's story, the true origin of Sampai Jadi story with the soundtrack? And then naively, I was talking to Barney and say, maybe we can get it done in 6 months. I think, okay, 6 months can get it done. 2.5 years later, here we are today. So, I think it's super happy and super grateful for all the partners that believe in this story and the partners that believe on this journey together. So I can't wait to share with the wider audience. Hopefully everyone will find inspiration behind it, and the spirit lives on from there. So I'm not going to drag on. So remember to watch, share, like, share the story further, and really thankful that everyone can join us today. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Benjamin. Dan seterusnya kita mempersilakan juga pengarah urusan Usaha Muzik Malaysia, Miss Kim Lim. Pastinya ada sesuatu yang ingin disampaikan. Ini kerjasama yang hebat untuk This Is Johan. Dipersilakan.
Sorry, I actually have a full list to do the speech, but then after that, when I listened to Ben, I said, tak boleh lah, this will be too much corporate conversation, so I'm just going to tell you my story. Yeah, I think many of us has grew up in hip hop. Today I'm also wearing Def Jam because that is the story that we're going to tell. Why he's here, he's really literally believing from day one, from the mother, Ponaisha, and of course, not forgetting the brand, like Hotlink, to believe in the journey. Like you say, we thought this is a 6 months project. And I can tell you, by the time they told me this proposal, it was the beginning of me being a managing director. 2.5 years later, we're still talking about this project. So that is how I would say the resilient and also the persistent of a project, and that's when it will tell a true story. As they were digging the story, we were talking about a lot of things when the storyboard is never how it started. It's all about the little talk, which Datin Jack told me. I said, are you sure we're going to do this? He said, yeah, we can do it. Since we got, in music-wise, we wanted to do a documentary that means a lot in the world. And we said, okay, let's do something that is a lot more interesting, but the brands has to follow our journey on how we want to present it, because many things is always curated based on brand perspective, how the brand should do the journey before the artist come first. I think this is one of those that I've watched it several times, which I think all of you is going to enjoy the journey. In fact, watching it first time, this is where Joe doesn't know. It really makes me cry because the journey itself is not easy. And all of us can feel it because we were with him throughout the journey. So that's how long I've known Datin Jack as well. That's how long I've known Joe. So here I am presenting, or I would say, do a little speech. It means a lot to me too. Yeah, I'm not going to take a lot of everybody's time. Again, View, for the new platform, thank you for also presenting this, because we all were struggling which platform we should actually represent this documentary, which I think we found the right one, who believes in creating the new trend and also inspiring story for the youth today. Yeah, thank you very much for everybody who's putting a great effort in it and giving the project.
Thank you so much. Kim Lim, Pengarah Urusan Universal Music Malaysia. Dan seterusnya kita dah dengar cerita daripada setiap individu yang hadir pada hari ini. Ada ceritanya untuk Joe Prizo. Tapi bagaimana pula daripada Tuan punya badan? Tuan-tuan dan puan, jom kita dengarkan cerita dari one and only Joe Prizo.
Apa khabar semua? Assalamualaikum.